Folks, we are dun, 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 live from New York. It's
Gamer's
Gamer's
Hell.
Health, but it's the it's the funnest, fun,
Funniest? What are you?
it's the funnest game live stream on YouTube
Eva.
ever. Don't tell nobody. Keep it a secret, yo. In any case, I am Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. With me, as always, on Sunday night, Saturday
Saturday
night.
night.
So I just said Saturday before. Why am I saying Sunday now? I'm getting my days all mixed up. Is none other than my lovely wife, Rach.
How you doing, everyone?
By the way, if you see her at a con, it is Rach. Feel free to say hello.
Yes.
Most people do go, "Hey, it's Rach." I go,
Yeah, we're happy
"Yes."
to meet everybody.
So I don't know if you can see over my shoulder. Right around there, our kitty is sitting on the back of Rachel's main chair.
Cleaning
She's
herself
cleaning herself because she was a very clean kitty.
and waiting for snack time.
Oh yeah,
She has her little push-up treat
she
with
has her
mommy.
she has her mother ritual.
Yeah.
So you can't blame her.
No,
Works out well.
it's a lovely little ritual.
So we're going to talk about some tweaks in our diet, nutrition, and other stuff, but we're gonna get to that. Hey, we had no conventions this week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, I may have another video later on tonight talking about conventions.
Oh,
Yes, expectations.
okay.
So um, wait for that one. That's gonna be interesting because especially when you are Chad, welcome. When you are invited to a convention, there's a different expectation than if you
As
are
a
attending.
special guest.
Right.
I mean, I would like to think of conventions as all are invited,
All are invited, but
but
you attend, or you have the particular. Hey, we'd like you to be a special guest.
yes.
And there's expectations that come along with that, kind of like a tradition. And I'm going to talk about that in another video because I think it's interesting. And I just, oh my, I hear the fireworks.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, if you're not in the United States, July 4th weekend in the U.S., July 4th period, is fireworks, unofficial fireworks holiday.
And they have Canada Day too. I guess on I don't know
Is it
if
the
it's the
third?
4th or
I think it's
the
the
third or the 6th. It's some
It's something
day
like
that's
that.
pretty close to it.
Those crazy Canadians. I mean,
Yeah.
those. I call them those Gillespies.
Yeah, everybody wants a day off to hang out and enjoy the summer.
So you may hear fireworks in the background. I would expect wherever we are, whether we're here or in the Poconos next weekend, you'll hear fireworks going off.
Mm-hmm. You know what they don't hear, however?
What?
Karaoke.
Oh my God! Yes, our karaoke.
The Rhinestone Cowboy.
Like a rhinestone cowboy. You no longer hear Rady. You no longer hear our karaoke neighbors in the background. We can have our window partially. I got the AC going, but I also have the window partially open because the kitty enjoys that, and it's nice to get some fresh air in.
Yeah.
And we've been karaoke free now for going on 6 months.
I don't know, maybe that long because of winter and
Right.
Yeah, I guess they moved in the spring.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
and it's not like,
it's sad a little
well,
bit, but then, other times it's, oh, good.
it's sad, like when you realize, oh my God, that pimple on my face is gone. I don't have to worry about it anymore. But it was here, and that was part of what my was. It was consistent, like a toothache. Um, they listen. Tina, welcome.
Hi, Dina.
It is something that if your neighbors do it occasionally, it's fine.
And it's fun.
When they do it
All
every,
day, every day.
yeah,
Like Thursday to Monday.
yeah, it isn't fun anymore. And there were times when they would start it at 8:30 in the morning
I don't remember that.
because you sleep on the other side of the house. I wake up in the middle, early in the morning, and I transfer over here because the kitty's over here, and then I hear loud, not the karaoke necessarily.
Like maybe like around 11
No,
or
they've been earlier.
between 11 and
Well,
2. They'll
all right.
start with the like weird like canned music.
Right,
It
but
sounds like.
Rach, the thing 11 and 2. That's when you wake up and come over for breakfast that I'm making. So you haven't been out here for the last couple of hours. See, I'm not throwing Rach under a bus. I am just positioning things in the parking lot. So you've got the proper view of what's going on.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
I get to be much more happy because I don't get to be attached to what time they're karaokeing.
Yeah. Roger, there's plenty of karaoke going on Friday at the Beer Hub, apparently.
The Beer Hub. Where is this now?
I don't know. But there's karaoke at the hotel.
Yeah, we're going to have to prepare. We're going to do a duet next year at CNYCon because they have a karaoke on the Friday night.
Rich wants to do Meatloaf.
Yeah, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
All right.
I mean, if you can come up with something better, by all means.
Probably not. I probably don't have anything.
Yeah, I'll do something on my own. You don't have to, but
thank you.
Prepare some stuff for it. Or maybe not prepare like I'm studying hard for karaoke, but more like
see, folks.
Because I don't always see the screen, and if the more that I drink, my eyes probably can't focus on it. So better to just
do it earlier on.
Well, make sure that you aren't lyrically challenged. It's like preparing for like an Irish singing circle.
Make sure something
you go in there because you have to know your lyrics. You're not to sit there with like it's insulting to the songs to sit there with reading the words.
Well, Roger says the beer garden is the place at the hotel.
Oh yeah, the beer garden. Okay.
So, by the way, folks, we're talking about Central New York Con. It's coming back next June.
But we're gonna rock it. We're gonna take it over.
Put it on
Con.
Put it on your calendar. He goes. I was planning on doing a movie night / meet and greet on Friday next year for CNY. Spoilers. Whatever you're doing, we're there, Raj. We're there. We're there with bells on our feet. You might want bells on my feet just to know where I'm coming down the hall. It's like, crap! It's 10 cars.
Oh, you'll know.
You'll know. You can't miss them. You can't miss them. Some people have tried. You can't miss them. And for those of you that don't know, yes, my hair is looking wonderful. Yeah, this is going to be like a weekly thing. So I've got some hair something or other. I never use hair stuff, but now I'm using hair stuff. I got enough hair to use.
Yeah, I guess it's like a foaming pomade.
Yeah, it's a foaming something or other, and you just a dab will do you, and
you just run it through like damp or wet hair,
right?
And
but then what I got to do is I got to go through it when the hair is totally dry again. Otherwise, it feels like I'm shellacking myself.
Oh, you have to break the seal.
You got to
Okay,
break the
yes.
seal, but it gives a little body back here.
It's definitely helps with, well, maybe not today because I don't know that you put it in today.
I did, but I didn't put a
Oh,
lot in.
it does help with his curl definition. And I was telling him this the other night. We were having a conversation. I was like, "Oh, how do you like that stuff?" I was like, you know, it seems to be working nicely. Like you have more curl definition back here. And he's like, "Oh yeah," And I was like, "Did you ever think that we'd be talking about curl definition as a couple?" He didn't.
I never thought. I never thought I'd be discussing uh, hair products
Hair products.
with my with my
Well,
wife.
because we have also very different hair. Like I have very dry, thick, curly,
I've got
curly hair, coily hair.
I've got thin hair follicles, so I'm just
And his hair is a little more oily.
just throwing it out there, folks. No surprises there for you. No surprises. Just throwing it out there, But yeah, no. So hey, and my mother today was like, I sitting behind. I was driving the car. We went food shopping. My
Yeah,
mother's in
this
the
is
back, and
cute.
she's like, I think it's getting long enough. You can put it in a ponytail. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but we're getting close. Now, I did say this for my hair to myself.
Well, it's a pigtail. It'll be a pony soon.
All right, but I did say to myself, you know what? Well, first off, I was going to make sure that I got my hair cut uh, before I got this card, but I didn't, as you can tell. And then I have to renew my ID, and I was like, I should get it cut before then. And I'm like, well, if the one ID doesn't have the haircut, the other one doesn't make a difference. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get killed the first heat wave we have. New York City hit like 101, 102 on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and Rach, was I a sweaty mess? I mean, more than 102.
Not more than usual.
Not like it wasn't like the old traditional me.
No, and you weren't uncomfortable with your hair.
No.
And it's not quite enough to really be uncomfortable.
So
Mine is like wool. So in the very high heat, I tend to put it in a bun, or
right.
if I'm going in the water, braid it up to protect the hair.
So I'm just kind of like, okay, I need to know. I need to know where my hair is and what my hair is doing, and apparently my hair is doing well.
Yeah.
So for now, it's sticking around. Okay. Our garden now, the hottest day of the year so far is the day I watered the garden. Wednesday. I don't think I watered it. We had rain since then.
We have, yeah.
But I watered it pretty heavily on Wednesday. Everything's looking good. We got our tomatoes are coming. Our cucumbers are looking good. Although we have a cucumber coming on our indoor garden. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
And we have
We
a
have
bunch
cucumbers,
of peppers.
a bunch of different peppers. Yeah.
So actually, so you didn't buy your hummus.
No, I haven't bought it in a while. I enjoy it when I go to the Greek spot.
The reason why I'm saying that is because we got peppers and
I can eat the peppers raw, like without it.
and the cucumbers.
Yeah.
All right. Just throwing it out there.
This way, you just have that in the place where you love it.
I was trying to be a good husband.
Although next time we go to Stop and Shop, maybe we'll pick up the lemon sort that they have up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there. That's all.
We'll see, though. We'll see how we feel.
So, but the garden is looking good. Earlier this evening, on my way back into the house, I picked a bunch of raspberries from the front yard. Our blackberries will be later this summer. They should be a huge crop. If I can pick them before the birds eat the crap out of them,
yeah.
Oh my God, we could make blackberry jam. I have horrible memories of blackberry jam.
Oh, I'm sorry. The seeds are very.
Yeah. You got to de-seed it with cheesecloth. You have to.
But what about when I make smoothies with them, the
Oh,
frozen ones?
yeah, it's okay.
The straw is big enough
Oh, the straw's big enough
to accommodate them, and you don't get them stuck in your teeth. Like occasionally,
No, they get stuck in my teeth.
you'll get it stuck in your teeth, but it's not that bad.
No,
If you're
no, and that's
eating something like
I will
drinking
survive.
is different than.
I will survive. Now, I think next week this coming week we have 3 doctor's appointments.
Yeah, we do.
You kind of stack them like cordwood. 2 of them in my case are reschedules. So, but you know what? The thing is, I'd rather have my appointments jumbled together and then have a spread that's free. So maybe we go to the Poconos, a little mini vacation. But Rach had a doctor's appointment on yesterday.
Yeah.
And it went pretty well.
It went pretty well, yep. Yeah. So I just have to go back for like my mammogram and sono in October, and then after that I'll be able to go to the year because that'll be my 2-year anniversary.
Beautiful thing.
Yeah, since I got the cancer taken out. Yeah, and then I've gone from 44 and change for my BMI down to 42.3 or something like that. So that's a good thing, like because there's certain protocols that they have at my hospital, and with some of the care that to be able to do certain things in the office as opposed to the hospital, you need to have your BMI below 40. So I'm working on that. So I'm down 22 pounds, and just trying to get to my next little interval.
Very good.
Yeah. And they noticed, like, when I got on the scale, my nurse going, "Oh my God, you lost weight."
Rach has been rocking it.
Yeah.
Agile Monk, welcome. Tina, do you make jam jelly out of the berries? Last week I made 6 pints of strawberry freezer jam.
Ooh.
That sounds good, though. The raspberries don't give us a large enough crop. They just give enough crop.
It's enough, like, to just grab them in passing and enjoy eating them.
Right. Agile, get you congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Agile.
The blackberries potentially could give us enough to do something with.
Yeah, because it looks like there's like bunches of them in certain parts of the branches.
It's going to be huge. So... However, the problem with the blackberries tends to be you'll look at them and you're going to go, oh my God, tomorrow they'll be perfectly ripe. And then you wake up tomorrow at like 10 o'clock, getting ready to get out there at 11, and you realize that all the birds woke up at dawn and went, oh my God, the berries are ripe, and then ate the shit out of everything. You'll go out there and you'll have plenty.
and the whole thing will be picked clean.
Like you have plenty to enjoy but you lose out on the ability to harvest. So, and our strawberry patch is a very small strawberry patch. And
it doesn't seem to be making as many
this year.
Yeah.
Well, we'll give it time. We shall see. But I never have luck with those like dehydrated strawberry plants, the ones that are dormant that you're supposed to plant.
The sticks.
They were more than sticks.
It looked like sticks.
They were more than sticks.
Oh.
But I never had luck with those. We had to buy the plants non-dormant. And we had a harsh winter this year. So the strawberry plants that we had in the raised table bed, or raised table, that survived the last year or two did not survive this past winter.
Do we have any strawberries in the tower?
One.
Oh.
So we had 9 plants and we had 8 cubbies in the table.
You know
so.
what? Maybe this week we'll go. Maybe tomorrow or whatever. You know, we'll go down to Home Depot and see what they have for strawberries and fill that top one.
Oh, the top row?
Yes, because they never took off those freeze.
Yeah, whatever.
How do you say
the
starter? How do you call it?
I don't know. The dead strawberry plants.
The strawberry sticks. That's what I.
The dead plants. The dead Jim. Yeah, Don. Fresh strawberries are the best.
Yeah.
They're the sweetest. We had them growing indoors in our.
Oh my god, and they were so nice.
Tower.
And that was another thing where like you had enough to not harvest, but to just like enjoy like
Right.
in passing, you know. Like,
But-
oh my god, there's a few strawberries here. Here's a couple for you, a couple for me.
But the strawberries were where the aphids came from. On us,
Yeah,
and
so-
that was just not fun.
So we kept any sweet things away.
So, but other than that, our grape tomatoes are starting to form tomatoes outside, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Everything looks good.
Our lettuce is banging.
Lettuce is banging. The cucumbers are growing really well in the tower garden.
I think the broccoli might be doing well.
I think you're right.
With loads and loads of parsley.
Did you like parsley, kid? We got parsley for you.
Oh, and plenty of basil. We have like 3 different basil plants.
And I think thyme.
Thyme is the one with the purple flowers
Yeah.
on the side. Yeah,
So,
that's been going for years.
The zucchinis look good. We have 2 zucchini plants. They both look good. We have 1 surviving watermelon. Let's see if that produces. I don't know. We had some luck last year, but we're trying a different.
Yeah, that
product.
was fun eating our homegrown watermelon.
Yeah. No, I'm not a watermelon person, but I was like, oh, I'll gladly eat this.
Yeah.
This is how the kids say it, yummy.
Mm-hmm.
With the Tower Games, I made homemade bruschetta for tonight.
Ooh, yum.
And used fresh parsley in it.
Yum.
Yeah, my mother loves parsley.
She puts it on the potatoes, and it's so good.
I am not a big parsley person because my mother always put it on the potatoes. You know, for some people, that's a selling point. For others,
Yeah, I always like that.
Much so.
A little garnish.
Chad, combining strawberries and blackberries is pretty fantastic.
Oh, yes. Yesterday we had a nice smoothie for breakfast, in which we had, I have like a passion tea that comes in sort of like a Tetra Pak. And you know, like the juice comes, like the humex or whatever juice like that you get, like the nectars. But this was just a tea that was passion fruit tea, 0 calories. So I was like, oh, that's gonna be a great base for tea. So I mean, a great base for smoothies and just to enjoy on its own. So I grabbed that, and so that was the base. I've been using that pretty consistently as the base. So like we have that, and then we had the I cut up what was left of our strawberries that we bought at the market, and then you know, some of our freezer berries, and then the blackberries, and the last of our pineapple, and that was really, really yummy.
It was good.
And then I
Really
have the
nice.
same thing for, you know, one night during the week for dessert. I had basically the same thing, but instead of pineapple, I had mango, and yum.
No, it was nice. And as the weather gets cooler, maybe we'll break out the Ninja smoothie and
As it gets hotter,
yeah, well, we want it to be cooler. I should have said. As the
when
weather,
we want to be cooler.
as we want to be cooler as the weather gets hotter.
Yeah, we just have it above on the shelf, so
Yeah,
it's easy enough to bring down. But yeah, the smoothies have been really nice.
I think with the Ninja is that you've got to pack the pints. There are like well, I guess they're pints.
Yeah.
You got to pack them the night before. They got to freeze for at least 12 hours before you can turn it into a sorbet, or if you're making ice cream or whatever. So it's not like making a smoothie where it's like, oh, I'm gonna make a smoothie, put it into the blender. You know,
Yeah.
Roger, I've got a craving for a smoothie right now. I
Mm.
think one night this week I'm gonna make a bit of an alcoholic, an al- an alcohol enhanced smoothie as my nighttime drink. That might be a nice way to cool off.
Oh, okay.
Might be a nice way to shut it all and go. Mm.
A daiquiri.
Oh, but it'd be more than just strawberries. It'll,
Oh,
you
it
know.
can be very daiquiri.
Oh, okay. Very daiquiri. Oh, that's very daiquiri. That's a very daiquiri. Um, but yeah, so there has been some experimentation, some tweaking in our nutritional stuff. For those that are following along at home, we haven't discussed it much, but we've been using Lumen. Oh, excuse me. Um, and the Lumen allows you to track your essentially metabolism. What is your body in carb mode? Is it in fat burning mode? We've been and it,
Yeah, where is it drawing its energy from
right and
at the
generally
moment?
right and generally speaking, you check every morning, and then it might prod you about the day to do other checks.
Yeah, it wants you to check before you go to bed.
Yeah.
But then again, it's weird because it equates your last meal with going to bed. So it's kind of
Yeah.
not.
So it rates you. It's uh, it'll tell you to take a breath. You inhale for was it 10? You inhale for a bit, then you hold your breath for 10 seconds, and then you exhale for like I don't know.
You inhale for 6. You
Exhale for 10.
hold it for 10, and then you exhale for 6 more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it'll rate you on a scale of 1 to 5. And I believe the lower numbers are fat burning. And fat burning is
Right. You want to be in the blue-green area as opposed to like the yellow-orange red area.
So like a 3 is an average where you're almost 50-50. I've woken up this week in a state of either a 2 or a 1, which has been pretty good. Pretty rocking. Rach's been doing pretty well also. You think you have 2 1s, a couple of 2s, and
I had 1, 3 2s,
and a 4,
2 4s, and then we'll see what tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now I know for me, I was also fighting something the last week or so, and you tend to know your body. In my case, you're fighting off something. Now maybe it's just allergies I'm fighting off. When I start breaking out a bit, and I usually don't break out much on my face. I may a little bit, but I break out on my back and my hips. That's annoying. But Rachel's noticed it because she usually does a treatment on my back most nights where it gets a little bit of a massage, but it gets an actual like a scraping to keep my pores open. And she's been noticing that I've been breaking out, and it's like so. There's something going on with my body, so when that's happening, your metabolism does change too. I don't want to be breaking out and yet be burning more fat. That's not the combination I want. Let me catch up by the way. Death Angel, good to see you. TXG, welcome. Agile says I use blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries in my diet throughout the week.
Yes.
Well, berries are very good for your diet. They have antioxidants.
Yeah, which are great, especially if you're like, because concerned about like cancer recurrence and things like that, which I am. So I try
Right.
to incorporate that as much as I can right now.
And on top of that, berries are generally higher in fiber than a lot of other fruits.
Right, because little seeds in that.
Yeah. So the fiber, if you're a diabetic, you can get something that's naturally sweet and hopefully
Yeah,
lower in the glycemic
yeah, they're
index.
lower in sugar.
Death Angel, I broke my phone, so using my tablet, but
Oh,
not the same.
oh,
I'm sorry, sir. So now one of the things. Now I'm gonna, Rachel. I'm not throwing you under the bus, but maybe tomorrow you can treat your husband and make some of the oatmeals.
yeah, I'd be happy to.
Woohoo! So Rach makes we use a low carb chocolate cheesecake mix that we get on Amazon, and using that oatmeal, chia seeds. By the way, chia seeds. If you need a thickener in any of these things, chia seeds are an
Yes.
amazing thickener, and they're good for you. Oh my
They bring a
god!
lot of fiber, but they do pack a bit of fat. So if you're kind of counting fats or
Right,
whatever, you know, just be careful.
but a little goes a long way when it
Yes.
comes to thickening. TXG, I do low carb for the most part. Visited my doctor on Friday for my yearly wellness, and he was okay with my progress.
Great.
He wants to do an echo on my heart as I have a murmur.
Okay.
He detected the murmur 3 years ago and doesn't seem worried about it, but just wants to know what is causing
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's why we go see doctors on a regular basis, right?
Yes.
So nothing surprises us.
Exactly. So you don't get diagnosed with something where you say, I should have been going.
Right.
You know, that was my mom's experience. So I don't want to repeat that.
Right. I mean, now with me, when I had cancer, it would not it the tumor never would have been normally found, except that it blocked my lymphatic fluid
Oh,
and the flow,
the drainage
the
wasn't
drainage.
happening.
Right.
I.
So when the drainage didn't happen, then that's when
Mm-hmm.
everything got found out. But that which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's what kept me you know getting back into seeing doctors on a regular basis. And then of course the congestive heart failure of 2020. Now I collect
Right.
doctors
That
like trading
definitely
cards.
pushed the
Yeah,
envelope.
I collect doctors like trading cards. Okay, not that I trade them. I'm just saying, it's like it's like, hey, do you? I'm a guy. I don't get a gynecologist rates, but hey, do you have a podiatrist? Oh no, how you do?
I do.
Yes. Hey, I'll give you I got a duplicate
We need our
card.
nails cut too.
Uh, TXG, he did say I need to pull back on the beer though. That's all right. So talking about diet, I'm gonna address that. Like when I was at the conventions, um, I drank beer instead of my normal wine, and for the most part. And why is that? Well, it's a convenient thing to drink at a convention. You can, at North Texas, you're like, oh, you're gonna grab like a bucket of beer.
Yeah, I feel like I held it together at North Texas really, really well.
Yeah,
But then, like, with
that's
the beer garden, I was like, oh, they have cider.
they got delicious
And
ciders.
yeah, it was like a berry cider, and that was it. I had like the pretzel. I let myself enjoy it.
Right.
And then
So
I got back on when I came home.
so what I find is my my blood sugar responds better to red wine than it does to beer. And I know that. And I can see it when I'm at conventions. I can see it. But I do allow myself to be treated. My nose ring, allergies. Sorry. I do allow myself to treat myself to beer when I'm at a gaming convention. That's only a couple of times a year, but I do like my beer. But I like my wine, and there are times when you guys say, what is less harmful? It's better for my blood sugar than most other alcohols, and red wine does have flavonoids,
Yeah.
which are good for your heart in moderation.
I mean, I don't tend to drink like in the house, except like I drink on special occasions. I don't really
No, I know.
drink.
We do have stuff that we bought for you, though.
Yeah, I know.
She says, I told the doc I was drinking low carb beer, and
Mm.
true to the kind of doc he is, which is awesome. He said, and so cut it back. Yeah, I didn't have low carb beer, by the way. I had low carb beer at North
Oh no, we
Texas.
had full carb everything.
I was having Sam Adams Summer Ale. Damn, that's a good beer. If they can make a summer ale that's low carb and full bodied flavored, I'd be tempted, but
yeah, that stuff that we got for me is probably gonna last a while.
Rach, you can't consider it lasting when you've yet to actually have any.
Oh, I'll have one at some point.
You have to have at least one, and then you can say, "Oh, look, it's lasting." When you have none, it hasn't been touched, so you can't make any claims. I'm pacing myself. You can't make those claims. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm explaining. You can't make the certain things you can make. There you go. So, but again, like diet wise, we've had due to the heat. All right, this isn't a good thing, but due to the heat, we've ordered Uber because it's like you just don't want to cook because it heats up the house, which is fine. And I honestly, there aren't too many healthy choices you're going to have delivered to your house. Let's start with that. Okay. So if I'm going to eat poorly, I try to get the best deal on them, and on tasty food when we're eating poorly.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, the Kentucky Fried Chicken, those chicken breasts were flavorful and.
Well, you find out that you can't eat as much as you used to be able to.
That's true.
Like back in the day when, you thought it was your God-given right, to like eat crazy fast food and bad things.
So, TXG. I told him I thought about going THC-A, which is legal in Texas, and he wasn't going for it. He proceeded to explain why it was an issue. Guess I'll have to go dry. I did find when I had to go dry after my heart failure that hopped tea. There's a company called Hop Tea.
We can send you a.
It's more expensive to send. Don't be a smart ass. But but it is, if you're having that urge for a beer, that hop flavor and a no carb, no calorie alternative can help. Honestly, I know they make no alcohol hard liquor alternatives. I've tried a few.
All of their
a lot of botanicals, but
most of their things are really good. Like Hop Tea
Hop Tea is good.
They have some like
on hop water
and hop water too.
But
I don't like the hop tea with a black tea. It's an orange Black Label. I don't like. It's the
That-
only one out of them I don't like.
And by the way,
And it's not the black tea; it's the
hop.
hop in it.
But
It's just
it's-
not for me.
But that tastes more like a traditional beer than the other.
You know what? Maybe that's why.
Honestly, but there's
Yeah,
also
the
hop-
other ones are just like light and sparkling, and
Yeah.
you know, you could taste like pine. You could some of them, you know, like they had a white tea with a certain hop that was just like, oh, it's tea and citrus, yum, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, that one that we have left is.
But hop water has some very flavorful alternatives.
Oh yeah, they had one of my favorites was like the passion fruit one. That was so good. Mango. They're like having, you know, those vodka, you know, the canned cocktail is like that, but it's nice, you know.
Right, you can definitely taste the hops. Don, I tried kava, was the most horrid tasting crap ever placed in a bottle.
Oh, they say that it's supposed to make you very mellow, and I guess receptive to um, your higher, you know, it's like a spiritual thing. Yeah. I've heard of it. Like they have it at like they'll drink it at like certain yoga studios at midnight on New Year's.
Never tried it.
Yeah. And then lay in Shavasana for a little while.
Lay in Shavasana. Why don't you just go lay in Shavasana? Take your Shavasana and go home. I come from a very German family, so it's just something I'm used to. My liver enzymes are perfect, and I mentioned this to him.
Oh.
He responded in his typical style, well, they are until they aren't.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Don says it did nothing for him.
Yeah. Okay.
So, other things that... So we're not talking that this past week was a great diet. Now, however, because the lettuce, outdoor lettuce, is doing so well, we were able to harvest and make a nice
have a salad one night.
Make a very nice salad with homegrown lettuce. I should have picked some of the green onions or the scallions. That would have been nice to put into the salad. But now we have fresh peppers that can cut up and put into the salad. We should have tomatoes. The more stuff that you can grow yourself, and it's not everybody's cup of tea, and it's not available for everybody to do. But when you grow your own food, you know what you're putting on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're putting into your.
Well, that, and then we also have other things that we do that are healthier,
yes.
Like you know, definitely the smoothies. Like I'll make the oatmeal for you, but I don't usually eat it. I tend to like I'll try to like have like fruit or something that the body recognizes, or things that are gonna help with sleep. So like this week I bought kiwis instead of like my mandarins. Like I was enjoying the mandarins, and then I heard that kiwis can help with sleep, and they packed with antioxidants. They can help with inflammation, like all the things I need help with. So I said, oh, maybe I should be doing that, and then I can like have those and like mix it with the strawberries for like strawberry kiwi smoothie, or whatever we're gonna do. But just eating them plain too.
Right.
That's something I'm trying to do. And I'm excited to see, what will happen.
Don, in answer to Death Angels, kava is an alcohol alternative. They claim it makes you mellow. It is very bitter.
Yeah.
It is also off the shelf. My doctor wanted to give me marijuana. I declined.
Oh, wow.
Chamomile tea, this is TXT. Chamomile tea with whole milk is an awesome sleep aid.
With milk in it. That must taste interesting. I have like a chamomile lavender. Huh. That might be kind of neat. See what the chamomile lavender milk combo would be like.
Death Angels THC is totally illegal here still,
Yeah.
but never really liked the stuff. Makes me nauseous.
Mm.
Now, I don't want like Joe getting like, what the hell? But we still have a gummy that Joe gave us a year and a half ago.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Uh, you know, it's my mind altering. I like to keep it to something that I understand, and I like to keep it to a point where it doesn't alter my mind.
Mm.
You know, she said she can do a little sweetener in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, and our sweetener of choice, of course, is stevia.
Stevia. Mm.
So now, for breakfast, there's a knucklehead out there, um, who thinks it's a flex to take pictures of an omelet at some uh, diner, which is, you know,
Oh, with vomit next to it.
yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
look, yeah, but you're not eating this. I'm like,
Like,
no.
what the hell is that, vomit?
Now,
Yeah,
now,
I guess
Rach,
us Yankees, we don't know nothing about no grits.
yeah, we don't. You could wrestle in it, Rach, but that might be an
No,
issue.
thank you.
I hear it's good for your skin, but
Oh,
oh man, you never know.
well.
It's good for the hair. Yeah.
No, too much green in it.
Oh, it runs pretty well.
It
But
never come out.
we have omelets most mornings. Okay, honestly, if I wake up and I'm really hungry, it's a 2-egg omelet. Otherwise, we're getting a 1-egg omelet. I make the breakfast, um, and my little what we do is fairly simple. All right,
And with turkey bacon.
which we don't have any turkey bacon now.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna have to go
we
somewhere.
have chicken sausage and we
Yes.
have turkey sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey sausage is those breakfast patties. We have those, and then I also have real chicken sausage, which I can cut up and cook. You'll be taken care of, Rach. You can relax. I got you covered, girl. I got you covered.
I know, man.
All right. So, but what I do is I scramble up an egg, lightly grease a nonstick pan. We use one of those. We use olive oil, but not under pressure, but with the spray. It's like a pump spray. You pour your own olive oil into the thing, because that way, you know, you're not putting anything into the atmosphere, and you get a lot more for your money. But couple of pumps of olive oil into a heated pan. I pour the generally it's 1 egg, sometimes it's 2, but usually it's 1.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 egg in, let it cook till it's mostly cooked. Flip it. Some shredded Mexican cheese, some organic salsa, a splash of hot sauce. Fold it over.
You're good to go.
Good to go. You got your omelet. Now, if I have chives or onions, those go into it. Delicious. Sometimes
garden to table, baby.
You know, I've done it with peppers and onions, but and then we have that with sourdough bread now. Sourdough bread, we found that we can get it at our local supermarket at a decent price, Lidl. And sourdough, if you are somebody that's diabetic, is a better bread. There are diabetic breads out there, but for the more standard breads, it's better the glycemic index to go with the sourdough bread. And I like the taste of sourdough bread.
Yeah. And then something else that we did, like if we don't have breakfast at home, we go to brunch. So
Right.
we'll go to brunch at like after our appointment or whatever. It's usually in line with an appointment or
Right.
you know, something, you know, or just like, yeah, we'll sleep in tomorrow and then, you know, go for brunch. And so we'll either go like to the Greek place or, you know, for Chinese. Chinese, I know what to order. I get my steamed chicken and broccoli and the brown rice if I want to have rice. And you know, the sauce without sugar or cornstarch.
Right.
And they are very accommodating, and they always know like what to bring me.
Yeah, no, they know it's by
Sometimes
then.
they'll make a mistake, and the sauce will be thick. But that was like the first time that ever happened was last week. But,
Right.
They pretty much know. Then we go to the Greek, and there's a lot there that you can eat.
And then you can make healthier choices. Like we
Yeah.
changed our rice out for quinoa.
Yeah, I wasn't getting it when it was rice, but then like I was like I heard that was like an alternative that they would give you, and I was like, oh, maybe we should try it. It sounds like it's really good for you. And so we did it, and then finally this week it was like, yeah, we really like the quinoa in those bowls down by the Greek spot, and he saw it and he said, oh, let me pick that up for the house.
Right.
So it's just another option that we have. Like it's I guess a grainish thing, but it's like
I
a
think
seed.
it's a seed. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a seed.
and it's really nice as a base for your bowl. Like for different. Like you could do a Mexican bowl with it. You could do a Greek bowl, like the ones that we get. But
they got good food there.
Yeah.
So Death Angels. My wife grew up SDA. Her mom would cook turkey bacon.
Yes.
Smelled like bologna frying.
Oh, really?
Now the best turkey bacon that we've gotten is at Lidl.
Yeah.
We've tried others. I've had some that I just don't like. The Lidl stuff.
I think the butterball was like kind of thin
in it
and delicate.
Yeah, the Lidl bacon cooks up.
And then we had like
decently.
we had other thick cut from Stop and Shop, and that did fine.
Right, but again, now when you cook regular bacon, you don't have to grease the pan.
Yes.
When you cook turkey bacon, you got to grease the pan.
Well, you were kind of begrudging at first when I wanted the turkey bacon, but then you kind of came around and you were like, "Oh, that's pretty good."
It wasn't bad. I was very surprised. Would I rather take regular bacon? Yeah, but regular bacon is a 10 out of 10. The Lidl turkey bacon's a solid 7. Solid 7's healthier for you. Death Angels. I usually only eat one meal a day today. Rarely is it breakfast. I do love veggie omelets though. Actually, I found after doing low carb for a while that when I do carbs too much, I get an upset stomach.
Yes.
It's kind of a regulator to keep me on the diet.
Yeah, I've had.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I mean.
And then you also get inflammation from because so many of these grains are processed.
Right.
Yeah.
So listen, like today.
Or the junk food is just chemicals.
So today when we went shopping, I was looking for low carb alternative pastas. They've had them in the past. They didn't have any today. So I went and I was like, but you know what? We got plenty of sauce. I got plenty of chicken sausages with Italian, seasoning and all this other stuff. I was like, all right, you know what? I'll get some whole wheat pasta. But now when I make pasta, and Rach is my witness for this, I don't just dump sauce into a pot to heat up. I put a lot of vegetables in it. I put peppers and onions in it. And I fill my sauce up with
whatever herbs you can.
But with fiber. Natural fiber to balance off. Listen, whole wheat pasta has more fiber than regular pasta, but not a huge much more. So you want more fiber to. First off, you'll need less pasta if you have a sauce that's more hearty than this regular tomato sauce.
Right.
We also, by the way, look when you're buying tomato sauce, try to find sauces, and you'll be amazed. You can find 2 sauces, and one will have 3 times the calories as another tomato sauce.
Oh, because of all the oil.
Well, it's all the oil and all the sugars there.
Yeah, okay, sugar.
So you got to watch. And what the secret I find is to find a good tasting sauce that isn't going to spike your blood sugar and give you a lot of empty calories. We also will often make a homemade pizza using low carb pizza crust.
Right.
That's often what we do. We'll have pasta one night, have leftover sauce. Because I only heat up so much sauce. The leftover sauce I usually bag and put in the freezer because it only lasts so long in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm timing it right, it gets wasted. I hate to waste food, just so you know. So I freeze a lot of things like sauces. What else? Trying to think here. Um, we also were able to pick up some fresh vegetable stir fry.
Oh yeah.
So, my mother, when they came home from the Poconos, she had gone shopping at the.
A Mennonite
There we go.
farm up in
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
and they had a little broccoli, fresh broccoli, dirt
Oh, we
cheap.
have to cut that up and
Well, we got to
throw it in there.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to extend our stir fry,
Yeah.
and that should be a lot of fun. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow
Yeah.
or Monday. And now here's the thing too: when we eat out, when we have Greek, now when we have the Greek for brunch, we usually don't even have a dinner. That will be our one meal day. Our most
Yeah, the Greek is very
filling.
filling.
Usually our meals are 2 meals a day and a large snack at night.
And depending on how late we go for Chinese, then
Yeah,
we might not have.
but Chinese doesn't usually tell you as much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's trying. I think the Greek fills us more because it has more things that are denser or higher in fiber and protein, which is more filling.
Yeah.
We get the feta cheese.
And it you choose your vegetables. Like
Yes,
I get the cucumbers and tomatoes
and
with the feta. I don't eat. I never end up eating all the feta because I getting two fats. Like I'm getting the feta, and then
right,
I'm also getting um the oh my god, the hummus from them. So um instead of the tzatziki
right,
and the hummus, like that's another fat. So um it's like you just use it sparingly to flavor your stuff. I love dipping the cucumbers in it, you know um and the bread, the pita.
the
And then I
pita.
never finish the pita. I always, I'm like, you know, try not to, try to eat the vegetables before you move to the bread. That's like the luxury item, you know. And so, like, I usually eat three,
Right.
three
So
pieces instead of the four that it is. And then I just give the other one to him.
here, you want to eat it? You want a piece of chicken? I'm like, I'm going to get.
Yeah, I'm like, chicken, here, take chicken. Because I eat the vegetables first, and then I eat the chicken then too, but like more so, try to finish the vegetables, the thing, and the meat,
Uh-huh.
the thing, and some of the quinoa,
Uh-huh.
so that this way I can take in the more nutrient dense things that help you feel nourished.
I don't attack my plate that way,
Mm.
but so other than that, um next this coming week we got a couple of doctor's appointments, and then we may go up to the Poconos for the July 4th
Mm.
and stay up there for a few days. Can't stay up very long because again we got more doctor's appointments coming up. Um, the price of getting old, right? Doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
So Folks, just before we sign, I am hugely impressed by the amount of support this channel gets.
Mhm.
I really thank you all. Um, I know if you're watching this, you're subscribed. Consider becoming a member. It's $1.99 a month, and it allows you to support this channel and what we do. Again, greatly appreciated. But honestly, we do this because it
Right.
means as much to us to
Mhm.
do this as anything we could do.
Right. And thank you guys so much for sharing your experiences with changing diet and, um, some of the living patterns, the drink, the everything. It
Right.
means a lot for us to be able to share um, that and kind of go through it together.
By the way, Death Singer says he did good on his appointment yesterday. No polyps, no bad stuff.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Glad your keister is cleaned out and ready to go. And he also says, I'm a picky eater. I eat very little meat, all of it, the processed stuff. Usually easier to tell people. I'm a vegetarian than to explain what I do actually eat.
Okay.
I can see that, you know. But I will freely admit that we eat a lot of chicken, but a lot of the chicken that we buy is pre-cooked chicken, grilled chicken that's pre-cooked, and when we just heat it up in the oven because I'm using that with as a larger part of a dish. I'm not cooking from raw or unprepared chicken. Probably should, but we'll get
Yeah,
there.
we'll get there.
We'll get there. And by the way, as a side note, when we're only cooking for the two of us, which is 99.9% of the time, I use the stovetop and I use our Ninja Foodie oven. That's big enough for anything that we're cooking that we need. It uses less energy. It doesn't take up much table space, and it cooks things quicker. Um, it's easier to clean
And
up.
it doesn't heat the house in the same way.
Doesn't heat the house in the same way like having a big oven heating up. So
We haven't used our oven in years.
yeah, as an oven. But I
And we
do,
use the range top, though,
yeah, and only the one side. I can
on
get
the
away.
daily, pretty much.
So I was like, wow, I can have no oven, and just have the fold up Ninja Foodie and two hot plates, and as for what I do, I'd be perfectly good. Go figure, folks. As always, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. Back again. Oh my God, I gotta tomorrow night on Rumble. Inappropriate characters re-rolled. Should be a good one. And I may have, if you're a member, there may be a video coming out tonight that will go to the general public tomorrow. I'm just saying. Talking about customs for convention as Rach loses. It's by your feet. As Rach starts losing dice. By the way,
Not for long.
we're in an AD&D game with. Oh, you're playing with the big. By the way, folks, this is what she's playing with, okay? And it's a D-milled
What does that mean?
die. It means
Hollow.
it's been drilled through
Mm.
by the casino to take it out of action.
Oh, so this was for craps?
Yeah, that was for craps.
Oh.
So, and I forget which hotel.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, it does. Paradise.
Paradise.
Eastern Peoria, Illinois. But it's not, it's no longer balanced because it has a hole drilled through it. A hole, a hole. All right, folks. On that note, we'll catch you later. I'll catch some of you tomorrow. I'll catch some of you tonight.
Oh, that's why it only lands on the.
There you go.
Oh, well. Maybe not.
Not weighted.
Mhm.
But you see the hole drilled through there? You can see right through my head.
Yeah, it just
Or right through
was drawn to it. I guess the shiny red.
Yeah. Trying to show that's the angle, trying to get the angle
And
right.
it's got great
Very
contrast.
very visible
Yes. Great contrast.
tips. All right, folks.